Okay, so we are filming. I'm Lisa Bunnage from Bratbusters.
And I'm Barb Demeray from theparentingcoach.com.
We are two parenting coaches who are also friends, and we thought that we'd discuss timeout because we said we want to discuss something that we don't agree on, and we think we don't agree on it, but I have a funny feeling we will agree on it anyway. It's just different definitions. So what do you see timeout as being?
Timeout is, I think, is a time to regroup. So to take the child away from the situation, not really far away, not in a place where they might be frightened, but to remove them from the situation where they are still in proximity, but it gives them a chance to kind of regroup. And I do go by the sort of standard rule, 1 minute per age of the child, so no more than 2 minutes for a 2-year-old, 3 minutes for a 3-year-old. But if you're doing timeouts 15 times a day, it doesn't work. So I would never say about any method, try timeout, it works for everybody, it doesn't. But for those kids that it works for, and that when I say it works, it means you only have to do it occasionally, then it's a good thing. So, but I've had parents say, they're doing it all day long, and I'll have to say to them, it's obviously not working.
So they never see the kid because they're off in the
They're
chair
on time.
all day.
They say they can't think of anything else. So
Yeah.
time out.
Yeah.
So I'll say, we've got to think about something else because that's not working. So what about you?
Well, I agree with if you're doing it 15 times a day. I always say 3 strikes, you're out. If you do something 3 times and it's still not working, then give it up. But what you were saying about timeout, yeah, it is a time to regroup. But I say I actually don't use timeout. I say if you really need some space, say, get out of my hair for a minute, just let me think about it because you did something rotten or stupid or whatever. So then you bring them back, and then after they've come back, then you've got to punish. And you say, okay, you hit your brother, you're going to make his bed for the next week. So timeout to me is it's sort of regrouping and spacing, but it's what you do afterward. So you still got to there's got to be a punishment. There's got to be a punishment to the crime. And timeout to me it's just space, and that's not really, they're not learning any lesson by having timeout. So that's why I don't teach it. I like to really get in there and say, you hit the dog, you pick up dog poop for the next week then. And then they go, maybe I'm going to not hit the dog again. If they're just sitting in a chair, they don't really learn the lesson the same way. But I do agree, but also if it works, then do it. I never argue with something that's working. So if it works, then it's perfect for you. And that's about it.
Okay, so there you go. So two different perspectives. One's not right, one's not wrong.
No.
It's a different way of looking at it, and I think it's good for us to talk about how we look at this a little differently, because parents do, right? Mom and Dad often looks at things differently.
Absolutely.
And will often disagree, and so you come to something that's agreeable to most.
But also, parenting is not, there's no formula for it. So there's no one formula that's right. What worked for you may not have worked for me, and vice versa. We're different people. But also, all of our kids are different people, too.
All of our kids are different.
So you can have 10 kids, and you're going to have 10 different personalities, and probably 10 different parenting styles. There's only a few things that I always say are the same. And it's the listening. You got to learn how to listen to understand your children. And also, you got to impose some consequences. So for everything they say and do and act, there's got to be a consequence, good, bad, and ugly. That's how they learn about life. If there's no consequences, then they just think that they're entitled to do whatever they want and hurt people, whatever. So there's got to be consequences. But I think we're on the same. We already know we're on the same page, but we just have different styles.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I deal with a lot of teenagers too, and believe me, they aren't fooled by anything. And timeout ain't working for them all the time.
No, timeout. No, teenagers. I'm talking about really young kids.
Little ones, yeah. Although you do need time away from your teenagers, and it's okay to say, go in the other room, or I'm going to go in the other room. But
you do. And I think all of us sometimes need a timeout.
You need space.
You need, I need to just get away. I mean, I know when my kids got older, I'd say, I just need to go into my room for a while. I need to take.
I need to get away from you is what I
need to get away from you.
Leave me alone. Go away.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. Well, I think we agreed on that, and I was kind of hoping we wouldn't. It would have been more fun, but I knew we would, because we always end up sort of agreeing on stuff anyway. But okay, well, thanks very much for watching. Bye from Lisa and
Barb.
Okay, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.